All right, delete. This is the big one, and this is where we start. So how many of you have actually finished your to-do list? Give me a shout out if you're a finisher, because I'm impressed and we're going to need to talk. But for the rest of us out there, our to-do list is one of those things that is a mounting list of things that we're going to get to, and we probably don't always. And there are probably things, and again, we're fixing this, where we're spending time on things that aren't even on our to-do list, and we're not getting to the things that we decided that were really important for us. And so in order to acknowledge this, we need to be realistic. We are not going to get to everything. And so we want to be the ones who are proactively deciding that these are the things that we want to do. And what that means is making some hard choices, that there's some things that we're not going to do. And so if I can proactively say that that's something that I'm not going to do, it gets it out of my mind. I don't need to keep thinking about it. It gets it off of my kind of doing it phase, where I'm taking time and energy from other things that I've decided are more important and more critical for me to move forward on. So how do you decide what to delete? So what isn't aligned with your goals? What doesn't make an impact? So I'm spending a lot of time on that and I'm not getting a lot of payoff from it. What have you put off from week to week to week? Sometimes we may not delete the entire task, but we may look at reducing the size and scope of it. So what's your MVP? In product management, we talk about this a lot. It's your minimum viable product. And so is there a small version of this that I can get out the door, that I can get done, and I can cross it off my list? And then I can decide, okay, yeah, now I want to go back and I want to do the more robust version. I want to do more on this. This is important to me. Or I could decide, great, that actually satisfied everything I needed to do, and now I can move on and look at other things. And so a little reminder that this also includes meetings. We spend so much of our time in meetings. And again, this is one of those things we don't have total control over, but we do have some. And so just taking a fresh perspective and a fresh look at your schedule and looking, where am I spending my time? And where is the most efficient place for me to be? And sometimes that means some of us have calendars that other people put meetings on. Sometimes that means just clarifying. So it's helpful in those instances to make sure that you really understand what's the purpose of this meeting and what is my purpose of being in this meeting? What is the most valuable use of my time? Because maybe it would be more efficient for me to just get notes. Like I need to know what's going on, but I actually don't need to provide information or be a part of that decision-making process. And that can also be a conversation that you have with your manager where you're deciding like, okay, I need time in my schedule to do this work. So how do we start getting some of these meetings down to a point where it's realistic? And this is something a lot of departments spend a lot of time on. So there's no simple solutions for this. But again, I just think it's a great area while we're looking at where we're spending our time holistically. We're going to start to look at our calendar a little bit later. And so that's a really important step.